Hello there, Brick Fanatics. Have you ever looked at a LEGO Ideas set and thought to yourself, déjà vu? Because it happens more often than you would like. Like, not all the time, but often enough that it's a bit uncomfortable. Take, for example, Harry Finkel, aka Han Was Yellow First, who created this absolutely wonderful LEGO Ideas Snow White project, all the way back in 2021. As part of the review process, the LEGO Group initially said that the project needed further review before ultimately saying that it would not be put into production, unfortunately. Then this year we got LEGO 43242 Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs Cottage, a set which looks very similar to Finkel's design. Finkel has shared his thoughts on the new Snow White's cottage with Brick Fanatics, and he is not best pleased, to put it lightly. He said, quote, "I feel let down by the LEGO Group. I've been a lifelong fan, and having an idea set make it all the way has been a dream for me, as it is for many fans out there. There was clearly interest from the LEGO Group to make the set, as it required further review, and we were told that there were a few boxes left to tick. They then rejected it, saying they would not produce the project as a set, and now their own version of the set is released within the time frame that could have been expected for the Ideas project. I assume this wasn't a case of the LEGO Group already working on the set, as it would have been rejected in the review stage. I understand there are many factors involved, but this has been disheartening." 2 weeks ago we also reached out to the LEGO Group for comment. They said that a statement would be forthcoming, but at the time of making this video we have not yet received one. If and when we do receive a statement from the LEGO Group, we will link to it in the description down below. It is absolutely understandable why this is so disheartening for Finkel. To have a project seem like it was going to make it all the way only to be rejected and have the LEGO Group develop something within the same time period does hurt just a bit. Before we go any further, make sure by the way that you give this video a thumbs up because it genuinely helps out the channel. This is not an isolated incident, and there have been several cases in the past of LEGO Ideas projects that get rejected only for the LEGO Group to release something that looks very similar. Take for example Sergio Herencias, who created a LEGO Ideas project based on the firehouse from Ghostbusters. At one point Herencias had the opportunity to visit Billund and to speak with some of the LEGO Ideas designers, and he was therefore dismayed, to say the least, when his project was rejected and the LEGO Group instead announced LEGO 75827 Firehouse Headquarters. This was a painful blow for Herencias. The LEGO designers that he had spoken to at the LEGO headquarters were aware that a LEGO Ghostbusters firehouse was in development. They simply hadn't mentioned it to him. He took to the internet to question why the LEGO Group hadn't simply had him sign a non-disclosure agreement so that they could have explained the entire situation to him in person. The LEGO Group responded, saying, "We debated whether to share this news with you early during your visit to Billund in June. However, we chose not to do so in accordance with our confidentiality policy. You're correct in noting that we could have employed an NDA, and we sincerely regret not making the extra effort to share the confidential news of the upcoming set. The LEGO Ideas guidelines state that projects based on current LEGO licenses are likely to be similar to concepts already in our product pipeline. By agreeing to our guidelines and submitting a project, LEGO Ideas members acknowledge that any overlap or coincidence is unintentional, and that our pre-existing product pipeline supersedes fan-submitted LEGO Ideas projects." From a corporate and business perspective, you can kinda see where LEGO was coming from in being a bit tetchy about handing out confidential information. But from a human perspective, yeah, they done messed up. It was absolutely not the right call to not simply tell Sergio everything that was going on. Everybody who submits a LEGO Ideas project has to agree to the terms and conditions of the website, one of them being the fact that, yes, if the LEGO Group is already working on an IP, it will potentially be very similar to whatever fan project might be submitted, and so if there are similarities between the two, it's purely coincidental, a case of parallel thought. Such is the case with LEGO Overwatch's The Great Wave off Kanagawa, a project which was reviewed at around the same time that LEGO revealed LEGO 31208 Hokusai The Great Wave. In this case, the finished product behind me was probably in design development at around about the same time that LEGO Overwatch's fan project was gaining traction. So this was a case where one really good idea was interpreted in two very different ways by two different groups of people, and the one that we ultimately have as a finished set is the one that was actually worked on by the LEGO designers. Oh, by the way, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to make sure that you never miss out on any of our videos in the future. Thanks. Similarly, we have something like Senteo-san's Jurassic Park LEGO Ideas project, a large brick-built dinosaur and the Jurassic Park gate, which looks very similar to LEGO 75936 Jurassic Park T-Rex Rampage. In this case, the LEGO Group insists that the sketch model for the finished set predates the fan project submission by several years, claiming, quote, "Although the new 75936 Jurassic Park T-Rex Rampage set shares similarities in design to the LEGO Ideas submission Jurassic Park by Senteo-san, this model was developed entirely internally by a team of LEGO designers, who create great new sets that kids and adult fans alike are passionate about. The basis of their model was a large grey brick-built T-Rex created by LEGO designer Mike Psyche in 2012, when he joined the LEGO Group, and from there the model evolved by including the iconic Jurassic Park gates to add additional building experience and value for expert builders. In our desire to continue to allow LEGO Ideas members to submit product ideas based on third-party licenses, we have in the LEGO Ideas guidelines acknowledged the fact that there may occur unintentional overlaps between products being developed internally by our design teams and those submitted by fans via LEGO Ideas. This is simply because great minds think alike sometimes, especially when basing designs on popular licenses of movies, TV shows, vehicles, buildings, and more, with whom we either already collaborate with or who fit the LEGO brand values for potential future collaborations. Be this as it may, this is one of the large challenges facing LEGO Ideas. It is a problem that has always been there and is probably only going to get worse as the LEGO Ideas fan base grows larger and more sets get approved for review. There are questions here around inspiration and where an original idea comes from and how an idea might change over time. We know that LEGO designers look to the fan community online to find out what kinds of things fans are interested in seeing in LEGO sets, so they are absolutely aware of fan mocks and fan designs and other things that are just floating around in the ether within this community. It must be pointed out that in all of these cases, the designers who built the finished sets are not LEGO Ideas designers. These are different teams within LEGO doing their own different things. This is not a case of a LEGO Ideas designer liking a fan work, scratching the fan's name out and writing their own name underneath. In the case of the Jurassic Park set, for example, the LEGO Group insists that the original idea for a brick-built dinosaur came in 2012, but there's no clear guidance on when the idea of adding in the Jurassic Park gate came to the project. Similarly, as Harry Finkel points out, the LEGO Group strongly considered that Snow White LEGO Ideas project before ultimately rejecting it, and then releasing an actual Snow White set within the time frame that would have been necessary for a LEGO Ideas project. In all of these cases, the finished LEGO sets do look very similar to the LEGO Ideas projects, but at the same time, in all of these cases, we are looking at brand IPs. We are looking at something that is already visibly in the public consciousness. So it makes sense that two different people interpreting the same thing would come up with LEGO sets that look very similar. In other creative industries, there are often rules around how much a creator can interact with their fans and how much feedback or indeed material they're able to read from a fan. For example, many book authors are forbidden contractually from reading works written by their fans, just in case anybody comes out later and says, "Oh, you nicked that good idea off of me for your next book." The LEGO Ideas theme exists purely to give LEGO fans an opportunity to express themselves in LEGO form and for the LEGO Group to work with the fans. And that's great when it works well, but these kinds of things are going to keep going wrong. And there's not really any way of preventing that, because even if LEGO Ideas shuts down entirely and the LEGO Group does something different, now that the internet exists as a space for LEGO fans to share their creations, people are always going to say the LEGO Group has stolen my idea, because these kinds of things will happen constantly and there's nothing anyone can do about it. But what do you think? Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. Make sure, by the way, if you are making a lego.com purchase in the near future, that you use the QR code, which is on screen now, or the affiliate link, which is down in the description. Make sure that you go to brickfanatics.com for all of your LEGO news, and make sure that you sign up to our newsletter so that you never miss anything LEGO related ever again. Thank you for watching.